Alrighty guys, as you can bring us another Dragon Ball Legends TOP walkthrough video. This is going to be for part 2. If you guys haven't seen part 1, I will link it in the description down below. Also, what can be found in the description is going to be a separate video going over the pocket edition of this if you guys want something that's going to be much quicker for you. That being said, let's go ahead and get right into the path. Alright, so we're going to go straight ahead of us, 4th stage against the sagas from the movies. So let's go into our team formation. Alright, so this is the team formation we're going to be using right here. We're going to sub out our yellow Piccolo just because there's 2 reds on the enemy team. Alright, so honestly, I don't think we're going to be able to get the full kill here, but in terms of attack order, I do want to get the Thouser first because he's going to be buffing up those coolers. Let's go ahead and get for the red cooler, the blue cooler, get this red Piccolo, and then the healer Goku towards the end, right? He can either be in the 5th slot or the 6th slot. Doesn't really matter there, but it's those 2 units that you want to go ahead and get out last because that purple cooler will buff up the entire enemy team, or at least the sagas from the movies allies when he does get hit. So coming out of that fight, definitely not the worst thing in the world. We did take a little bit of damage with our purple cell, which is a little bit concerning, but that's okay. We did not get the full kill, which is something that I kind of already saw happening, right? The purple cooler barely escaped with his life, but that's still okay. 1.7 million. Let's go to move on to the next. Alright, so next is going to be our 15th win streak bonus. Remember, you guys do want to go all out on this stage because this is where you're going to get the most impactful amount of points, right? So we're going straight above us. It is against another sagas from the movie stage, but it's not going to be nearly as bad. Alright, so this is the team formation we're going to be using here. We got super attacks coming out as well, right? From this Kamikolo, he does get that 20% to his gauge, so he will be lying on this yellow tile, which is going to in turn buff the super attack itself. So for attack order, let's get this Gohan before he transforms, and then Bojack, right? Because at the end of turn 2, he will be able to go ahead and launch a super attack. We want to get him before that happens. We'll go for double purples here with the young Nappa. Then we'll go for an easy target with this EX Android, the Kid Buu, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the very end since he will mitigate a blast card. Alright, coming out of that one, definitely an easy fight, something that we do like to see on our pathing right here, 3.5 million points, and we did get the full kill. The next side we're going to be taking on is a 3/5 stage right above us. It's going to be very easy. It's the Kid Gohan stage. So this is the attack or the team formation we're going to be using right here, subbing out 2 blues because of the fact there's 2 greens on the enemy team. So attack order is simple here, Kid Gohan first, and if we can get Beerus in the first turn, that's a huge W for us because he will stun you at the start of turn 2. Then we'll go for this blue Bulma, the red Whis, green Piccolo, and Shallot at the very end since he's the least threat to our team. Alright, so coming out of that one, 3/5 stage, you guys shouldn't have any difficulty with this. 4 million points. We're starting to see the score rack up right here, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. 4/5 stage against the Ginyu Force Androids, another pretty mildly easy stage. Alright, so this is the team formation that we're going to be using right here. Again, there's 2 purples, right? So we're going to go ahead and sub out for 2 of our greens. They should be fine though. So in terms of attack order, I do want to get this Android 13 out of the way first. Remember, once an Android ally of his dies, he does get a buff. So let's go ahead and just eliminate him from the get-go. Then we'll go ahead and take out this green Android. We can go to another blue right here with the Raccoon, a purple Birder, and then the Android 15 at the end. Alright, again, another easy fight right there, 5 million points. We did get the full kill. Moving on, we're going to be heading over to this 3/5 stage. This one actually does seem a little bit difficult, right? But it's only 3/5, so yeah, I think it kind of like balances out a little bit, right? The only units that I'm really scared here of is the MUI, well, basically the Legends Limited units, right? And there's a lot of them, so let's go into our team formation. Alright, so this is the team formation I would like to use right here, right? Bringing in 3 greens because there's no purples on the enemy team right here, so they're technically free to bring in. We do have a super attack coming out from this Kamikolo that we're going to take advantage of, and we are going to be taking advantage of these other tiles where this is going to build a super attack gauge for both that Kamikolo and for that Fat Buu. So for attack order here, let's go ahead and just straight up kill the MUI, right? He's going to be able to dodge Cell's attack, but he will not be able to dodge the super attack him from our Kamikolo. Then let's get the Dragon Fist out of the way and go straight into the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the Kakarot Goku, the Transforming Gohan, and then the Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the very end yet again. So coming out of that one, normally that would be a lot more difficult, but because of it being a 3/5 stage, we're able to go ahead and just get right through it. We did get the full kill, 5.3 million points, and we didn't take as much damage as I initially thought we were going to be. The only thing that was annoying here was pretty much everyone got rescued. Right, so the Super Saiyan 4 got his cover change off, the Super Saiyan 3 got his cover change off, but we were able to go ahead and easily mow through MUI and the Dragon Fist Goku. Alright, next we're going to go straight ahead, 5/5 stage against this GT stage here, somewhat. Alright, so this is the team formation we're going to be using right here, subbing out 2 of our greens, again, because of there being multiple purples on the enemy team. No super attacks for us, but again, this isn't going to be a difficult stage, even though it's going to be a 5th stage. Alright, so for attack order, we're going to actually go for Tapion first, just because he's going to be reducing one of our super attack gauges to 0 at the start of turn 2. If we do not want that to happen, then after him, we might as well take out the support from Super Baby 2. Then we'll take out this EX Boo, EX Kid Goku, EX Rildo, and then Super Saiyan 4 Goku at the very end. Alright, so coming out of that one, 5th stage easily put down 8.1 million points. We did get the full kill. Everyone's still looking great. Alright, so next is our 20th win streak bonus. We're going to go for the most difficult stage, being right ahead of us, 5th stage against Frieza Force. So this fight can be somewhat annoying just because of that stun. That's pretty much the most annoying thing here, is the stun that first form Frieza inflicts on us just at the start of the battle. There's nothing you can do about it, so you kind of have to just go ahead and take it. Team formation, this is what we're going to be running right here. We do have super attacks coming out from Fat Boo. We're getting close with our first form Cell, and from our Buhan. 2 blues on our backup because of the 2 greens on the enemy team. Alright, so our attack order is actually going to be looking a little bit different. Again, that first one, Frieza, you can't avoid the stun, but we can avoid the green card usage from this Broly and Chila unit, where basically all your buffs get erased, and you take a good amount of damage afterwards. So let's go ahead and get that unit, and then let's get Shugesh, we'll get the first one, Frieza, we'll get Borgo, we'll get Bardock, and then Raditz at the very end. Alright, so coming out of that one, that wasn't the most terrible run, but it wasn't the best either. We still got 9.5 million off of it, and we did get the full kill. Now going straight above us is this 4th stage against the Super Warriors. This one will not be that bad at all. Alright, so this is what I'll be using right here. Bringing in triple blues can be a little bit difficult because of the green TN being on the enemy team, but that's going to be okay. We're going to take him out pretty early on. And then we're going to be bringing in double greens plus this Kamikula, the yellow one, right? Both of the Kamikulas. So for attack order, we're actually going to go for Tien first. I know it seems kind of counterintuitive because of running the triple blues, but he does have the solar flare that he will activate upon turn 2, so I want to get him out as early as possible. Then we'll get this yellow Kamikula because he does provide support for the team. I think it's only for regeneration though in Legends Road, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm still going to go ahead and get him out of the way regardless. Then we'll get this Yajirobe. We'll get the Krillin, Yamcha, and then this Yamcha, the baseball Yamcha at the very end, because he does mitigate a blast card, and upon mitigating that blast card, he will be buffing his allies. Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, 4th stage, this was probably the most difficult stage we've had. Right, not even in terms of, because everyone still looks healthy, everyone still looks fine, but we missed out on 2 kills here. 2 entire kills, definitely hurting the amount of points that we yielded from this stage. I think the move probably was not to bring in the triple blues. To be quite honest with you guys, I think Triple Blues really screwed us over there because we weren't even able to get the Tien on that first turn, resulting in him stunning us, and everything kind of like snowball affected from there. If you guys are watching this, you guys are going through this, don't bring in the Triple Blues here. Thankfully, next stage, hopefully we recuperate some of those points a little bit. It is going to be against a mono red with Gokua. We can bring in the Triple Blues here. So we will be doing exactly that, Triple Blues and Triple Greens. Very easy attack order here. Tapion, Gokula, Cooler, Greats him and 1 and 2, Rose, and then Vegeta. Alright, let's see how much points we got from this one right here. We did get the full kill, 9.7 million. Exactly what I'm looking for right there. We did get the full kill, and everyone's in great shape. So next is a 5th stage against a kind of a GT team right here, right? I'm not too worried about this either. At this point in time, I'm mostly just looking for points. Alright, so this is the team formation we're going to be using here, opting in to bring in triple green since there is no purples on the enemy team right here. And then, of course, like I said, I want to invest in the points right here, right? So we're going to be bringing in both of our Z tier units in the form of the cells. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so starting off, I think we can get both of the blues out of here. We'll start off with Pan because she's very fragile, very weak. And then let's get the Super Baby 2. We'll get Super 17 Green EX Trunks, and then the Reds at the very end. Alright, so unfortunately, Purple Cell took a million damage right there for no damn reason, but we did get 13 million points, and we still got the full kill. The issue there was that the Super 17 got 1 hit off on the Cell, and 1 hit was enough to almost just bring him to death, right? RNG does play a big part in this sometimes, so just be aware of that. Next fight though is our 5th stage against the Kid Gohan stage. Once again, like, you just gotta focus the Kid Gohan, focus the Beerus, you'll be okay. And so now, honestly, I think we keep Super Baby in, right? We don't need the heals as much because there's only a couple fights left, but we'll sub out the Fat Boo. We'll keep the baby. And then we'll go ahead and use the super attack with Cell down here. We'll keep in our Z tier units up until this purple cell dies. It'll be a-okay. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so first unit, Kid Gohan, then Beerus, and then we'll get this Bulma, Whis, Piccolo, and Shallot. Okay, so there we had to actually rely on the rush, but I'm okay with that, right? Because we kind of went into there using a less than optimal team in favor of getting those points, and we did get those points. 15.9 million, almost 16 million, and that wasn't even on the final battle. We did get the full kill nonetheless. I think this still was the move, resulting in us getting 105 million points, and I think getting past that 100k million, that basically ensures that we get that juicy 1000 CC. Right, I could technically not even finish the board, and I think we would be safe. But, of course, we're not going to do that. We're going to move on to the final stage, 5th stage, sagas from the movies. We've already encountered this before, we know what to do. So now we are at the final stage, again, keeping our Z tier units in there. If Cell dies here, who cares? We're at the final fight. We do have our triple blues here, double greens, and we should be good to go. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to take out the Kid Gohan first again before he transforms, then Bojack before he gets a super attack at the end of turn 2. Then we'll move on to the EX Android 13, Young Nappa, Kid Buu, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goku right at the very end. Alright, so coming out of the very final battle, we did get 20 million points off of that. Cell actually ended up surviving. He had a super attack ready, but he didn't want to go ahead and fire it off, unfortunately. We were just missing out on a couple percentages. Did get the full kill. Had to rely on the rush there, but again, in terms of we're at the final fight, we're kind of relying more on how much points we're going to be yielding instead of the actual team comps. I'm more than okay with this. Before we close out the video, let's go ahead and see where we lie on the leaderboard. So I always like to look at who is number 1 overall, right, in the world. And they are using a Super Warriors team, so this is actually interesting to me. Super Warriors was actually the most difficult stage that we ran into on our pathing, right? So this makes sense to me, but they are using that first form Cell. That first form Cell actually, I feel like is a bit underrated, right? I think I've used them in the past, and a lot of you guys didn't like him because he was very fragile, but I think he brings a lot to the table, especially being in Z tier, having somewhat slight like Zenkai buff stats and stuff like that, right? But having that solar flare available to him is pretty nice. And where we ended off is at rank 1595 for using regeneration. I think that is very, very solid. Right, we're up here amongst other units that are used, or other teams that are using like girls teams. We see androids up there. We see the Super Warriors team as well. So I'm very happy with our placement right here. If you guys are watching this, if you guys made it all the way to the end, let me know if you guys ranked higher than me, if you guys ranked lower than me, if you guys used a different team than me, etc, etc. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys do enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like, a comment, maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!